When people always ask me, why are we shooting Alan 2? And I always respond with, for such a time as this. You know, the world is dark, the enemy is always on the attack, but for such a time as this, you know, the story of Alan follows Alan, and this is a continuation from the previous story. He's kind of lost. He doesn't really know what his purpose is. He doesn't know where he fits in this world. And I think in this story we've kind of captured, you know, finding your purpose in a dark world, in a dark place.
I think the spiritual themes of Alan, specifically with Alan himself, in the first film he was dealing with loss. Now in the second film you see him tackling guilt. How do you deal with like survivor's guilt as a Christian?
Continuing the series of Alan is very important because we introduced Alan, the character, and people began to get in touch with who this person is, the struggles that they're having as a young person, but they didn't get to see him step into growth. And I believe that this next film not only takes him into growing some more, but also an opportunity to bring other characters into play, and you see them go right alongside of him. I think that's a powerful thing.
I think when preparing for action, I think it's no different from, you know, memorizing lines and knowing where the story's going to. You definitely have to brainstorm and definitely try to visualize like what you want and what your end result is. By looking at the script, it was like going to be a lot more action, and it's really going to beef up the story to make it more exciting and more, say, dramatic in a way.
We've arrived at a point where we've reached about half of where we would really like to be. And what that means is that while we were able to do Alan in the fullness of time on a smaller budget, scaling up the production involves us involving more talent, as well as crew members. It takes more time to actually let the film go to work for us, for you to get the great story that really needs to be presented when we enter into Alan 2. So we're scaling up the production, which means financially we need to also raise the funds to meet that goal.
Right now you can watch Alan on Amazon Prime. We're going to be putting it out on some other streaming platforms here very shortly. Stay tuned for that. You can also go to alanmovie.org and support the film. You can also support, as we're talking about right now, you can also go to alanmovie.org and support Alan 2 and the production efforts that we're going to be working on this winter.